What's up and welcome to Zero to X. My name is Daniel and today with me as always.
Hey guys, my name is Amara.
What's up? What's up?
Bro, it's been a while, man.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute.
A literal hot minute. Lagos is hot. Everywhere
Bro,
is hot.
The temperatures are insane. Insane.
Guys, global warming might be real. So what's up, man? What's new in your world? What's new?
Bro.
Yeah, we're in year 2. We're in Q2.
We're in year 2, guys.
We're in
year
Q2.
For those of you who would like to have proper context as to what we mean by year 2, you can check out what's the title? This is Q2.
Yeah, this is episode 17.
Is that episode 17?
Episode 17, this is Q2. Because I listened to it recently.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
In the last week, so yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, season 1, episode 17.
On Spotify episode. And guys, this is just a segue. Thank you so much for the love, the shares,
guys.
Everything. Like it's
Our
been
numbers
beautiful.
are growing everywhere, and it's been
we're
beautiful.
who trusts us like this, man? And we can't say thank you enough. Hopefully, we get to hang out sometime in May or June.
Mm-hmm.
We're working really, really hard towards that,
Mm-hmm.
and we hope to see you guys.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've been consolidating basically. It's going to segue into what we want to talk about today. But I was doing a sort of mini assessment of my Q1.
Okay.
And you just have to get to a point where you ask yourself certain questions. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but
yeah.
But when you write goals for the year, personally, at least when I write goals for the year, I usually write them across a number of areas of my life.
That makes sense.
And so I finished Q1 and I was asking myself, I remember this from a book I read. I won't quote the author, but I remember this from a book I read. And the person said, write down your goals for the year. Make them as big as you possibly want them to be. Yeah. Like, again, in all the different areas.
Yeah.
But then ask yourself, which of these goals would I hit that would easily make me hit the rest? And for a lot of people, that usually boils down to money goals.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
100%.
Unless you have sorted out your finances, and then maybe you have some other issues. You maybe have health issues.
Yeah.
Or you have maybe career advancement.
That's a really interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Typically, people will just tell, like, I honestly thought you were going to say the goal that moves you forward the most, quote unquote, but this, like the paradigm of the goal that helps you achieve all the others more. That's interesting.
It may not necessarily help you achieve all the others, but definitely move you
in a better
forward.
place. Yeah. I understand.
With regards to the rest of them.
That makes sense.
And I remember reading that, and the person said, if you check, most of the time you would see that it's your money goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because money answers a lot of things.
Money answers all things.
It answers a lot of things. And so, in reviewing my Q1, I asked myself, of all the things I've written down for all these different areas of my life, of which I'm equally trying to push forward on all those fronts, which one should I throttle down on really?
Okay.
In Q2 that would ensure that I get the life I want by Q2, by year 2, Q2, guys.
Okay.
And
that's an interesting question to.
And so for me, that made me. So when I said consolidating, it was for me consolidating my efforts.
That makes sense.
So if you know me, you know, like Daniel says a number of times, I can be tunnel visioned.
Mm-hmm.
I like to play that way because I know it's a strength I have, that when I focus on one thing, I get to do it very well, as opposed to trying to spread myself across a number of things.
Yep.
And so in that moment, it was for me, I should consolidate my efforts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guaranteed that if I do this, it will be unreasonable for me to not least move forward on all the other fronts.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's what I spent. That's what's new in my world, man. Consolidating my effort, and that's what I spent the past couple weeks working on.
That makes sense.
Yeah. How was your week, man?
My week was.
How has been your life?
How has been my life? Those are two questions. My week was good. It was annoying, but it was good because Nigeria is Nigerian.
Guys, that thing Daniel said. You guys might not dip it. I'm sure a lot of you do because a lot of you are Nigerians.
Yeah.
But it can be very annoying to spend proactivity on the things that shouldn't require proactivity, especially in first world countries. But like you guys are been using brain power for a lot of other reasonable things.
We are trying to find fuel for
oh
power.
My God. You just wake up on a random morning and there's no fuel
Or
anywhere.
you're fighting ISP because internet is
Because
doing,
they just decided, no, we don't work. We don't work. We're not coming out. We're not working today.
We want to start selling pure water.
Somebody
They
said
might as well.
Somebody said they should send big cake.
Honestly,
Akara.
it fits their color.
Oh my god.
I throw those shades, but still, my mother blackmailed me into coming home for Easter because she was like saying I don't love her anymore.
Easter, yeah.
So I was home for Easter.
That was a good time.
It was a good time. A good time was had. I missed everybody. I missed my sisters. I missed Dom.
Yeah.
I missed my mama. She posed for me for like the first 1, 2, 3 days. She was giving me attitude. I was like, woman.
I will not be here for long.
But yeah, I love him so much.
Yeah.
It was the first time this year since January, since I believe the first week in January since I'd seen them. So
I think so.
it was good to be home. I stayed for like a full week, although I was in and out. But yeah, like at least I slept in the house every night. So like that's something. I was also exercising in the middle of the week. It was pretty cool. But life in general, man, nothing has changed a lot. It's just continuing the long stretch of showing up every day, being consistent.
Yes.
It's fairly boring, man, to be honest. It's fairly boring.
You see this thing you said about boring, yeah?
Success is boring.
See,
it can be incredibly monotonous.
I love that you said this because things can easily fly over your head.
Yeah.
And it's just the way we are designed. We don't blame it on anything, really. We say certain things like doing the boring work, and like, doing the boring work, and then start doing the work, and then realize this thing is actually boring. We just repeat this.
Bro, you just keep doing. Do it long enough until you've done it to the point where the result starts to show. That's the game.
I remembered. I was thinking about my fitness journey.
Yeah.
I think last week. I was thinking about my fitness journey last week, and it made me remember a tweet I put out. I said, think about basically, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact way I put this in the tweet. But I said, for you to really make fitness a lifestyle, you need to think about it like brushing your teeth. Don't you show up every day to brush your teeth? Like
100%. We hope you do.
We hope you do.
Wink, wink. Twice a day. And floss.
Yeah.
We hope you do.
You don't think about doing that.
We hope you don't.
We hope you don't.
I'm sorry.
I just realized that I've set all these expectations. Guys, we hope you do. We trust that you do.
We trust that you do.
We trust that you do. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, you don't think about these things so much. You just show up and do them.
Yeah.
And you would find that it's the exact same thing with fitness. I mean, you realize at some point, I don't know, but for me at a point, I just it's weird. I just show up every week. I just do this thing 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a week. I was like at some point, it looks boring. Like, I mean,
it is.
The pain never gets old.
Yeah.
The pain never gets old, but it's in that doing, and I'm like, what more is there? But you do it long enough, and then you see the results that you want, and you're just like, this really is just what it is in every area of your life. Show up every day. Do the boring work. And you know the work that should be done. You typically know the work that should be done.
100%.
The problem is that we push things into the future. We say we'll do it tomorrow. I'm tired tonight. I have an engagement this afternoon. I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes tomorrow. It's never today.
It's never today. Tomorrow never comes. The future never really comes. So today will always be today.
When you show up and do the boring work, you find that typically. Yeah.
So that's I'm in a part of the stretch of showing up and doing it every day.
Love that for you.
I am getting more aggressive with certain initiatives that I'm doing, with certain projects that I'm working on, because I have uber aggressive goals. I'm trying to break certain ceilings. Produce output that I think is more what I can do, because I still feel I am grossly underperforming, even in the process of process, right? You know, like need to go through a process to become a kind of person that can deliver a certain kind of results.
Yeah.
But with that, still, I still feel like even where I am in the process, is still
Mhm.
underperforming. So
Mhm.
I am very forcefully trying to ensure my will is done, essentially. Right. So I'm being aggressive. I have a lot of faith, a lot of belief. I'm excited about, like, I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited. So that is what it has been mostly the past, past couple of months. And like this quarter, I have big hopes, man. I have
Yeah.
super big hopes. I have super
Love,
big dreams of
love that
what
for
it
you,
could
bro.
be. Like, like there'll be signs.
Yeah.
That's
There
all I
shall be
can.
signs.
That's all I can say.
Love it, love it,
There
love it.
shall be signs. So yeah, that's what it has been for me. And being in Q2 is exciting. That's why we tell you guys, like, consider longer time perspectives, because a year is short.
Yes. And because
A year
to
is so
give
short.
updates on a month by month basis sometimes might look like not so much is
Not so
changing.
much is changing.
There's a quote.
That
I
is
don't
very
necessarily
correct.
agree with the quote because I haven't really thought about it so much. So I might disagree later. But like
Yeah.
the quote came to mind now and it goes, there's seasons and times when nothing really happens, and then seasons where a lot
Everything.
happens
Yeah.
in a very short period of time. And
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
And so it would seem, and that's the thing with exponentiality, that it looks like not so much is going on in the initial stages when you are still gaining momentum. But as you are building, you would see that it picks up, and it picks up at a ridiculous pace.
Yeah.
At a ridiculous pace. So you would find that typically what that would look like is month on month, you can't really say this is what the growth was.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can see the growth. You say, I am better than last month, but it's not something to be so, for some people, so excited about or so hyped about.
I totally understand. Guys, the formula remains the same.
The
have
formula
a vision,
remains the
have
same.
a goal,
Love that, bro.
predetermine the work that needs to be done, and show up every God blessed day. If you miss a day, don't miss two.
Yeah.
Get back on your horse and keep on going.
Yeah.
But today we have a really interesting conversation to have. And 2 years ago, I was made 2 years ago, and a little bit of last year as well. I was made to painfully recognize the importance of tracking progress on your goals and course correcting where need be. Because if you've done any kind of, like, bro, I think we spent the entire first episode of this year begging people to set goals. Because honestly, people have had different experiences with setting goals. There are some that, they clean the 1, right? 2, clean the 2, right? 3, clean the 3, right? 4.
Oh my God.
Like, it's the same goals that, like, some people have just don't care enough.
Yeah.
Some people have been disappointed or hurt by the fact that they actually tried and nothing happened. Like, different people have different stories, right? But something I've realized that makes me keep on setting goals is that there is no successful person that doesn't set goals. You'd be hard pressed to find one.
Yes.
The majority of successful people have written down clear goals.
I agree.
And an action plan.
I agree.
Right. So, but then it doesn't stop there. There are finer nuances that make the entire process of achieving your goals, getting the results, the kind of person you're becoming. There are certain things that increase the guarantee that these things will happen for you. There were goals I set. I wrote the OKRs. I wrote the goals. I was very excited. Like, strategy is my forte, right? Got to the end of the year. We worked on it all through. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Got to the end of the year, and we realized that we didn't achieve it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, the end of the year is such a time to take stock. Like, okay, what did I spend 12 months doing?
12 months, bro.
What did I spend 12 months doing? Like, it just comes natural. It's a very reflective,
season.
I would have said sober, but you guys like to turn up in December. So, But typically, it's a very, what am I doing in my life? What am I doing in my life?
Just added 1 year.
Like, I just went through a full year, man. So, working with a group of people, set really goals. We're aggressive. We were working on them, putting in the work, showing up every day. Everybody was carrying their own weight, and we didn't achieve the goals. Everybody in the team could understand why we didn't achieve the goals. But bottom line, at the end of the day, it didn't matter. We did not achieve the goals. Same thing happened last year again. And I was like, no, there have to be changes this year. Right? There have to be changes. And something I realized was the fact that, and this didn't just happen with this group of people I was working with. It happened in some personal businesses I was running as well. I think I shared the story with you back then. That, I had certain goals that I had set, certain milestones I'd imagined would be indicators of my progress along the way. But it was that kind of thing where the first milestone is so crucial to being able to do the next couple of things. So it's essentially, if you don't hit that first one,
everything else fails.
You can't hit anything else. You really can't, right?
Yeah.
So to bring it home, it might be getting that first investment check.
Yeah.
It might be getting that space. It might be getting a co-founder.
Landing that first
It might be
dollar
landing
job.
that first dollar job.
Because if you don't land it, everything else fails.
It might be, just that thing that just starts to make other things possible. Similar to what Amara said about certain goals, right?
Yeah.
There are certain goals that once you achieve them, they make the likelihood of you. It
Hitting
was
every other
essentially that case in 2-3 things I was working on like over the past 2 years, and I wasn't hitting them. And I was like, I wasn't lazy with this. I put in work. I was busy all through. And what's crazy is that if I didn't put in the work, those things would have died. So I wasn't doing useless work.
Okay.
I was doing work that was needed to keep that thing going and grow it possibly. But for whatever reason, we didn't achieve those goals. Then I was like, what did we miss? What did we miss?
Yeah.
Then it occurred to me that perchance, maybe I was so fixated on that very first milestone. Like, once you've created a path, so like to give an example, so let's say you're moving from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Literally, we were on a ride down to the studio today.
Yeah.
We literally saw that the place we typically took had been blocked.
Yeah.
What did we do? We had to tell the driver, find another way. Find another way. I'm not entering that. I'm not entering that traffic.
Yeah.
Find another way. There is a likelihood that a lot of people, and again, the context is this: some people have set goals and been disappointed that they put in all that work and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Have you perchance considered that the reason why it didn't happen was that you went up against a challenge, a blocker, an obstacle, and you couldn't solve through it for whatever reason?
Yeah.
Life happens.
Yeah.
You can. These days I've taken up boxing for like the past year and some months, or the past 2 years and some months. Let's call it 2.
I don't know who Daniel's adversaries are, but go on.
I think that's, and something in boxing is like something they say in boxing is everybody has a plan until they are punched in the face.
Bro, I've heard this before.
Everybody has a plan.
Bro, the plan flies out the window, bro.
In the face,
bro.
So it's like you might
Flight
have.
mode.
Let's say this guy. So let's say,
oh my God,
you have listened to Daniel and Amara 0 to X. You have written down
nice,
goals.
Nice.
You now double listen to Amara that was like, plan everything, write the vision and make you play it on tablet. Plan everything, write it down. Talk
iPhone,
to
whichever
bottom.
one you use.
Right? Like you have it detailed, right? And then you were excited about it. Like you're doing what Daniel and Amara said to do. You're excited about it from the very first step.
The obstacle that hit you.
You
wonder what
Zerubbabel.
Who is against me?
and you're in Nigeria, bro.
Oh my
It's like
God.
the things that could happen are in. Oh, let's calm down.
Let's leave the country alone.
But still, there are obstacles you encounter. It doesn't look at all like the road or the route you thought it would be like, right? What do you do in that circumstance? And I can put it to you that both from painfully from personal experience,
Yeah.
and from observation,
Yeah.
meeting obstacles, especially when they're not planned for, especially when it seems like the ideal journey you thought
I like this
was
conversation.
the ideal journey you thought you were going to follow is kind of not following. It's kind of not following. What do you do? How do you avoid it? What do you do? How do you course correct?
I'm curious.
The first question is that, do people even know to course correct?
Do people even know they've veered off course?
Do people know that they're not even on course? Like, the questions are so much.
Oh my God.
But for me, at least in two major areas of my life,
Yeah.
this happened to be the problem why I didn't hit my goals for 2 years straight. This happens to be why I didn't hit my goals for the goals that I set for 2 years straight. I wasn't lazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't procrastinating.
Yeah.
I was hungry. I was humble. I was working. I was putting in the work. If I didn't put in the work, those things would have died. But I still didn't hit the goals. So how do you make sense of this? What do you think about it? What are your thoughts?
It's it's very similar to what I shared at the start of the episode, but I'm finding that with the level of detail you have explained as to
Bro.
the angle you looked at it from,
Bro.
yeah, I can see how. So typically, what happens is, let's try to put numbers and some.
Okay.
Let's try to flesh it out.
Okay.
Let's use copywriting. Because I think that will be easy to try to put numbers behind.
Okay.
So let's say you said, okay, I want to become a great copywriter this year. Yeah. And by great, meaning that proof of great is that I landed a gig that pays me good money, if not great money. But yeah, so that's proof of great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you aim to have done this by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, my plan for this is I'm going to have four sample materials that I would show to potential employers. Or let's not even say four. Okay, let's say four to be conservative, yeah? So 4 sample materials I would show to potential employers. Or in another industry or profession, you would say, I would hope to have a portfolio of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I would show. But the thing is, you're starting at zero.
Literally
you don't
at zero.
have a portfolio at this moment. You have nothing as proof of concept to show to anybody to make you worth their while.
Like, literally, you just saw somewhere that copywriting is
Yeah,
lucrative, and like
exactly,
you wanted to get into it, you were excited about it.
Exactly. And then,
and this is the first time we're excited about the different kind of business model. But go on, I'm not dragging you, but go on.
Exactly. So fresh plan, you've drawn out, okay, I
will buy this course.
I'll buy this course. I will do practice this number of, I'll write so and so number of copies every day. I will study so and so number of copies every day. I will work on my 4 different samples for 4 different industries.
I'll get my email and this thing set up.
This thing is it's important that I go into this level of detail because so you understand the volume of work.
100%.
Because
this is where people see the beauty of what we're saying.
Yes. So with this now, you're saying, I want to pick 4 industries. Let's say I want to pick the health industry. I want to pick the fitness industry. I want to pick
information products,
information marketing, and okay, let's just say just 3. Let's not even use 4. I want to use just 3. That means you have to study products across 3 industries, avatars across an avatar or your target audience across 3 industries, understand their wants and their needs. You're going to detail across 3. That means you have a great deal of work, at least
for the mountain of work
for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You have a great deal of work, and Q1 has finished.
LMAO.
And there's no sample yet. You started all 4 or you started all 3, but you you're not even sure what the issue is.
You just shall know you are doing it, but you're not making progress. Like what you are expecting is like what you thought by what you are seeing versus what you are seeing.
You know what the issue is? But you're like, okay, I started off for, so I feel good. Maybe, but let's say for Q1 you plan, I would have at least one ready. I mean 4 Qs. So I should expect that by 1 Q, I have one ready. But you started all 4, nothing is complete. Even the practice that you said you would do per day to make yourself very skilled at copywriting and to hone your craft, you can't really speak about that to anybody about how that's going. So at this point, you've really veered off the tangent for your goals, but you've not really dipped it that much.
Never dip on.
Because
you don't know you're not on the track.
Because
you don't know
going at this pace.
You are not on the straight and narrow.
Here's the problem. And this is why I love the taking a quarter as a year approach. Because the moment you finish Q1 and you think of Q1 as a year, Q1 is 12 to 13 weeks. You finish 12 to 13 weeks and you immediately realize, I did not hit my goals though. The next question is year 2. This is a brand new year.
Yeah.
And a fresh opportunity to, what's the word? Compress all that I didn't achieve in Q1, fit it into these remaining 3 Qs, and get my goal for the entire 2024 in these 3 Qs. But a lot of people don't think of Qs. In fact, a lot of people don't think of quarters as anything special.
Yeah.
They just go through the day. I'm saying this, guys, I'm not saying this to drag anybody because I've been here. I've been there.
Yeah.
You just go through the days, and the days become weeks, and you go through the months, and the months have become years, and you've done 2 years. You have nothing to show for it.
No meaningful progress with your life. None.
In fact, you are collecting 200K salary. You are still collecting 200K. 2 years have gone by.
Inflation and dollar.
Bro, I ask you. Let me not say I asked you because I've not asked you yet. But if I ask you, where's your portfolio now? You say you are. I don't want to use popular industries because if I use those UI UX, then they'll be like I'm dragging them. So let's leave all those children. So if I ask you, let's say you are into IT or something, and I ask you, where is your portfolio? Again, not a CV. Because the CV is, I improved so and so by 30%. Leave those things. Yeah.
Proof of work,
bro.
Proof of work, bro.
Proof of work. Yeah. Where is it? And then, if you're starting into a new field, like the example we're giving, that's completely understandable. But if you spend 2 years doing a particular thing, you haven't realized that time has gone by. You have left it. This was your tangent. You are here. Guys, you are here. You're all over. And that's the problem.
You have strayed from the path. You have veered off.
Yeah. So I found that it really helps to think of quarters of each year as years. Take that approach. How can I achieve as much as I possibly can? That's if I'm being conservative. Some people will say try to achieve what you want to achieve the entire year in 1 Q. That's what some people would say. But I don't want to just spew things that might be a little
aggressive at the start.
Yeah. So I would say, how can I possibly achieve all that I can achieve? In fact, if you mapped out your plan for the year, you know what you ought to have achieved in 1 Q. So the question is, how can I achieve this? But back to our copywriting example, you finished Q1 and there is nothing to show for it. Yeah, or there's very little to show for it. And you know, based on these numbers, if I plot this all through to December, I wouldn't hit. At best, I might get a job that pays me 200,000 naira, 300,000 naira, which is the dollar equivalent for a foreign audience. You don't want to know what it is.
You don't want to know what it is.
It's terrible. Just keep it at that. But in that situation, what I would typically do is that this is why I preach tracking. Yeah,
that's the answer.
No, but again, let's not make the tracking too what's the word? Big that it seems unfathomable. Let's say we are simply just tracking. Okay, I want to practice in 12 weeks. I want to practice at least 20 times. So with regards to that copywriting thing, that means I want to have written at least 12 drafts of maybe headlines, just
Hooks,
bullet points,
simple
simple
outlines.
parts of copies. You're not writing the entire copy, just simple, just practicing, yeah. But now that didn't happen. So the next question is, okay, I set out for 20 in Q1, I didn't hit it. Now in Q2, that means I can't do 20 anymore. I have to up the number. So that, and this is because there is a quote by Alex
Hermosi.
and he says, volume negates luck. So you put in the reps, you are more likely to not rely on luck. The thing that you want, the outcome you want is more likely to happen if you put in the reps. So the thing is, if we initially planned to do 20 in Q1 and we couldn't do it, the question then will be, how can we fit in, even if not necessarily 20 plus our Q2 numbers, how can we fit in more than 20 in Q2? But you won't just say, oh, let's just do this. Because then for you, the question will be, at this particular point, what are the key drivers of my overall goal? What are the key drivers? Because there's things where I know I spend more effort on this and I will get more return on my time
100%.
and effort. So that was what it was for me. I had to look at everything I'm doing. I'm like, okay, I do this. Which of them should I commit the most time to, knowing that if I do this thing over this length of 12 weeks, it will be unreasonable. Like, there is almost no reality that can exist that would say, Amara did not hit the goal. So far, I did those things. Do you get what I mean? So you're taking in your numbers for Q2 and you're also optimizing for volume in that same quarter. Now, factoring in what you will consider as your key driver for your overall goals for the year. And then just, what's the word now? What's the word I used at the beginning of the podcast? Consolidate. Just, throttle down on that. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. That's the first way I would think about it. That's absolutely the first way I would think about it, bro.
I like how you're thinking about it, right? You even exposed an area of this conversation I hadn't thought of before previously, right? And I will explain. So for me, if you set goals, you have done the due diligence of understanding what milestones should be on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, whatever it is, right? That's why typically OKRs are done quarterly, right? Yearly, then quarterly.
And those things seem so like
it seems like laborious work,
bro,
but there is a reason.
There's a reason. Like, if you dip it now.
And I'm going to double click into what Amara said about tracking, right? Conversation on course correction has taught me that there are at least two situations you might find yourself where you'd need to course correct. Number one, when you in some way are the reason behind your lack of progress. Either you're not putting in the reps, you're not showing up, you're not working hard enough, whatever it is, right? And what you just described, what you spent the last 5-10 minutes describing, is perfect for that. You need to self-assess, you need to understand what the drivers for your goals are. You need to be aware of, you need to recalibrate the goals that you set. So you wanted to do 20 or something here, and that helps you do this. Okay, can I do more here and try to fit it? Put in the reps, show up, recalibrate, consolidate your findings, and then just double click into it and just double down, just get into it, right? That plan works for someone when in a situation where they are the problem.
True.
What happens when it is a partner?
External
circumstances. When it is a business, let's say you're a B2B business, for instance. The B in the other B2B is not B. Do you understand? When market conditions just change.
That's a solid way to think about it.
When dollar triples in 12 months.
Bro. Bro, these are some nasty perspectives, bro.
Bro, no, this is a reality that Nigerian business owners
Deal with.
are
Yes.
facing.
Yes. I hear you.
Right?
hear
This
you.
is what they're facing.
Yeah.
Like there are a plethora of issues. Like there is new legislation. Look at Gokada, and
Bro,
one law cripples
cripple the entire industry. Yeah.
Think about that,
Yeah.
right?
Was
What
that what
do
you
you
guys
do?
faced? It's slight bit.
A mix
A
of
mix of okay.
a
Got it,
very
got
generous,
it.
interesting mix of like any
Got
or
it.
all of the above or
Got it.
some of the above of these things, right?
Yeah.
It might be delayed payments,
Yeah.
work that you have
Or
done,
or Stripe just decided to
Or
hold all your revenue.
because you're Nigerian, Stripe just decided to do anyhow, or you
True.
couldn't find a way
bro.
to receive USD, and you lost that client, bro. Like the number of things that can quote unquote seemingly be out of your control that can happen, that can stall a milestone, guy, is plenty. There are a bunch of things that can happen. You're good. You're doing your
Bro,
work. You're showing up. You're putting
this
in the work.
conversation just went from this to this.
Bro, like, you're doing everything. But it's literally just things outside of your that are seemingly outside of your control. And you know what's crazy? The mistake I made then was that we were fixated on solving that problem. Because chances are, if we didn't solve those particular problems, we could have died.
As a business,
As an initiative, as a whatever.
yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? The projects could have just gone under, right? We would have lost traction or whatever. We wouldn't have made progress onto the next phase or whatever like that looked like, right? So for me, it was, this happened 1 year, it happened the second year in a row. How does this not happen again? Things that are literally outside your control. So how do I think about solving through this plethora of issues? And it brings me to what you said, tracking. There's
Yeah.
two things at least that from my experience you need to be able to stay on top of things.
Yeah.
Let's call it three. Number one, you have to be proactive. And this proactivity manifests or can be shown doing two things. So let's think about it that way. Number one, you have to track. You will have to be aware of where you are
Yes.
in relation to where you want to be.
Exactly.
Per
time, bro.
Per time. This is the beauty of the planning conversation that we had.
Yes.
You need to know,
Somewhere
okay,
season 2, guys.
you need to know, okay, was the planning versus doing episode.
Yeah.
I need to know that, okay, this is a 12-month journey I'm going on. This is a 6-month journey I'm going on. This is an 18-month journey that I'm going on. You need to know, this might even bring it home for a lot of people. You need to know exactly where you were supposed to be
At every single point on that journey.
On a monthly basis.
On
a quarterly
weekly
basis. You need to be insane
Daniel
enough
is
to put up
deep in my planning.
quarterly on a weekly. Guys, we literally did this for
Deep in
zero
my
to
planning.
X. It changed. Bro, you know what? I think we should actually share that template. So people understand what it is that we're saying. And it is not as hard as you think it is. It just needs a little more thinking, a little more attention to detail. It really helps you. You know one thing we've said? People typically tend to underestimate the amount of work
it takes to get
to get a thing done.
Yeah.
We'll share the template along with this thing. So it will be available on Spotify. You'll be able to click a link. It'll be on our bio on IG. It'll be on the description on YouTube. It'll just be a simple week by week, month by month, year by year plan. And all it's just going to be is a timeline. It's a simple Excel sheet. It's a simple Google sheet. Just write your goals on one side and then where you are supposed to be for each of these things. How much you don't realize you need to do or is undone or you need to put in will shock you.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what this helps you do makes you realize that, okay, I know where I'm supposed to be third week in April as it relates to this goal.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting there and I'm not there, I check my sheet and I say, okay, I'm supposed to have gotten X. by now. If I've not gotten X, I need to know where I am relative to X. And it's like, why am I not here?
Yeah.
Why? What is the reason why?
Mm-hmm.
This helps you self-access. And what you need to be doing, like, I love when Amara talks about tracking. Tracking, first of all, you know where you are relative to where you're supposed to be. Number two, you actually have the meetings to measure. It is not just to track.
Yeah.
It is a 3-step process. Track, measure, improve.
Yeah.
You track to say, okay, this is this as regards to this.
Mm-hmm.
You track to say, no, this is what I'm tracking.
Mm-hmm.
You measure to say, in relation to this is where I am.
Yeah.
And then improve, okay, how do we move this thing forward? How do we get this thing going?
Yeah.
This process has, I can't even explain how it brings things home.
Yeah.
For me, just being able to track, measure, and improve on goals, improve on OKRs, improve on milestones and whatnot. So let's say you are solving a problem and it makes you become more, that's why proactivity is really important here. It makes you become more, you think more bottom line.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you realize like your strategies and your milestones are a means to an end.
Yeah.
What matters is the end.
Is the end.
If this way is not working,
remove the strategy.
How else can I go?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
This is why companies pivot all the time.
Yeah.
A thing that they're not doing isn't seemingly working.
Mm-hmm.
We can do something else.
Destroy and rebuild.
Easily.
Destroy and rebuild.
Easily. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
This has been the simple reason why a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of organizations have not been hitting their goals, hitting their OKRs.
I agree with you, bro.
Because they don't think bottom line enough.
Yeah, yeah.
In the first place, and say like, don't make the mistake of just leaving your goal in the Google Doc that you wrote it in the Apple Notes that you wrote it in.
Guys,
since January.
I love this. I love this. And just to chime in there, Daniel knows. I can't share it because it's private, but I use a Notion page.
Mm-hmm. Amara has a very elaborate system.
It's a dashboard.
It's a very elaborate. That is a dashboard. God bless you. It's a dashboard.
I use a Notion dashboard. And here's why. It allows me to see everything about my life.
So you know what is lacking. You know what is lacking. You know where you're messing up.
I can't tell you what that thing
does
for me. I can see everything about my life in one place. Like, take for example, there was a conversation Alex talked talked about with regards I think 2 years ago, a video he made, 55 minute long
One
video.
of those ones, yeah.
Yeah. And like basically watch this if you don't want to be broke in 2023 or something. And then he basically talked about skill stacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in this skill stacking conversation, it made me go back and like do my own skill stacking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Guys, you can find the video on his YouTube if you want to. Or maybe we'll link it
We'll link it up. We'll link it as well, yeah.
So in the skill stacking conversation, I then realized the things I didn't have with regards to what I wanted my overall output of my life to be. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I knew what the end goal was.
Yeah.
I was now seeing the deficiencies of the skills I didn't have and all the things I needed to start stacking up on. And bro, because it is right there on my Notion dashboard, alongside every other thing that's going on in my life, occasionally I just look at it and I'm like, damn, we are not where we want to be yet.
This is not great,
bro.
This is not great.
No, but definitely there is a plan to get there.
100%.
Yeah, there's steps in place. Because there's other things you have to put in place first.
Yeah.
But the ability to constantly have these things be at the forefront of your mind.
Don't just let your
change. Your decision making
they need to be top of mind.
Top of mind,
Don't
bro.
let them stay as an Apple Notes.
Bro.
You not even issue your tail. You now took a screenshot, you made your screensaver, but you know they check out. Just they scroll, they read bro. Like, guys, this is really it.
Yeah.
If you want to make tremendous progress on your goals,
yeah,
you need to track them in the first place. Be aware of where you are, and then you can improve.
Yeah. And
then in dealing with situations, you need to think bottom line. What is the most important thing here for me to achieve?
Bro.
That thinking bottom line, it keeps you open-minded.
Bro.
It doesn't make
you're
it gives
not
you
resistant
freedom.
to change.
Like, you are agile. You are able to just make the changes.
Super agile, bro.
There is not one way to solve a problem.
There isn't.
There is not one way.
In fact, I like that you gave all the examples that you did with regards to all the different ways in which your company could be up in flames. Because there's times where you just have to accept that, yes, this is a reality I'm having to deal with.
100%.
Yeah, but what would hitting this goal take from us now,
Bro,
with this new reality?
You do realize
It's bottom line thinking,
that
bro.
the simple legislation, let's bring it home. The legislation to ban bikes, Okada, gave birth to what we know as the delivery industry in Nigeria, to Lagos today.
Yeah.
That entire banning bikes, all the go-karters, all the OPs, they don't turn to delivery companies.
Yeah.
But like, we need to use the bikes for something. They're assets.
Yeah.
They sold it to people. Like, yes, the bike thing made sense because everybody in Lagos used bikes to move up and down.
Because the traffic in
But
Lagos
one
is
legislation came, the entire craze about delivery companies started then.
Then, yes, I agree.
Everybody and their mother was buying bike and putting that thing behind it and coloring it and say, I've launched a delivery company.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That was how we were able to birth something beautiful from adversity, from seeming this is the end of this.
Exactly. So accepting that this is a reality that we are experiencing, but how do we still hit our goals? How do we still hit these numbers?
You can only do this
bottom line thing.
when you are tracking and measuring, and you think bottom line.
Bro.
If you don't do this, you don't keep an open mind. The important thing is that, see, there need to be meetings. There needs to be sessions with yourself, with your team, where on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, we are saying, compared, and this is the question, because people don't use meetings properly.
I agree with you.
I've noticed this. People just come, or you just say if you're even having a meeting with yourself, I've done this, just give updates, just give feedback. That's not useful.
The vision is state top of mind for everybody.
That's not useful.
The vision is state top of mind for
everybody.
That is
not useful. What is useful is, this is where we are, this is where we're supposed to be, these are the things we did to get here, these are the reasons why we could not get here, this is how we think we want to move forward.
Yeah.
You cannot have that mindset as a person, as a business owner, as a company CEO, and not move forward.
Yeah.
Regardless of what life throws at you.
Yeah.
You cannot.
I agree with you, bro.
You can't.
I 100% agree with you, bro.
Like you can't.
Yeah.
You will become unstoppable if you become the kind of person that knows how to have productive sessions and meetings where you are like aligning people on what is the bottom line.
Yeah.
This is what we have to achieve. This is where we are as regards this. These are the things we did to get here. These are the reasons why we couldn't get here. And this is what we're going to do to change it. If you run your sessions as a person, your review sessions as a person, or your meetings as a business, as a project, as a company, as a volunteer group, whatever, I don't see you losing.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
No matter how crazy it is, I really don't see you losing.
Yeah.
That's how it's got to be.
Bro. I absolutely love. See, this angle you took, I didn't see it coming. Because, guys, there's how you can think about all these things with regards to just your life. But then you also forget that, like, you are also an integral part of a lot of other entities.
100%.
For you, that could be your business or somebody else's business.
100%.
And something could be up in flames. And you just have to make it work. You just have to.
That is the attitude to have. Guys, you'd be surprised that, and especially because, again, like, this is part experience, mine and other people's. You might be waiting on one sale, right? That this sale gives you the arsenal you need, maybe to run more ads. Right? Maybe to be able to do more things.
Maybe to set up shop.
Maybe to buy more courses.
Inventory.
Buy, like, whatever that first milestone does for you. And you are just hung on it, especially when it's someone else that has to pay.
Yeah.
Right? I'm touching actual things so that you would know like, I don't want it to fly over your heads, right? I want you to know the exact scenarios where I expect you, where we hope you would know enough to course correct.
Yeah.
If you're at the point, the moment you are feeling around the milestone period, this is supposed to do to get to this. This is a dependency, like something else is dependent on this happening.
Yeah.
If that can happen, you need to find a way.
Yeah.
especially if it is not within your control, you need
Yeah.
to find a way.
Yeah.
And the client's late payments, and so was there not something else you could have done?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't buy that course, and so you could have gone to YouTube. You could have gone to a couple of places. You could have arranged, like, you could have created a playlist for yourself.
Yeah.
There is always something you could have
There's
done
always
about
something.
anything.
There's always something.
There is always something you could have
Even if
done
it's to
about
scatter and
anything.
rebuild, there's always something.
Just don't stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Because you will be deceived into, oh, once this thing clicks. And because
And
you
will
don't know
spend-
it,
oh my
days go
God.
by, weeks
Weeks
go
go
by,
by,
months
months.
go by.
And then you are in the reflective season of December.
And we're like,
What did we do?
but I worked.
Yeah.
But you worked hard, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
But you were not bottom line.
Yeah.
You were not being proactive.
Yeah.
You were not tracking. You were not accessing at different points in time. You were
Yeah.
not proactive.
Yeah.
This is what it means.
Yeah.
I feel like if people can really internalize this conversation, we would have a lot more people hitting and smashing their
Smashing
goals
goals.
this 2024.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. This is just Q2, guys.
This is
Week
just
one
Q2.
of Q2.
Like,
There is still enough
there
time.
is time.
There is still enough time.
There is time,
But
guys.
you must make every day count.
Eh,
See, you
oh
must,
my God,
you
bro.
must, guys. And here's the thing. This reminds me of the conversation we had about when you, how do we phrase it again? When you find yourself at a low point, there was a title of that conversation.
I remember. I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Basically, when you find that you are going through some sort of low in your life, I'll find the title of the conversation, guys, later. And for you, it might be that, oh yeah, there was a number of reasons, like Daniel talked about, as to your personal goals. Legitimate reasons as to
if
why
anybody hears your story, they will cry with you.
Why you find yourself in a slump at the moment.
Yep.
See,
They
guys,
will cry. It's not your laziness, so it's not your responsibility.
It's not your. I'm telling you,
real
choose
things.
Just decide on what your fresh KPIs will be. Decide on what those things
my
are.
God!
Then
Like,
when you
bro,
decide
you're spitting.
and you want to measure,
Yeah.
do 5 days. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to hit it for 5 days. When you're hitting number 5, add extra 5. Let's do 10. Then let's get to 20. 22 is 1 month.
Bro.
Before you know it, you've done 2
Bruv.
months. You've done 3 months.
Bro.
But usually the thing people have is that thing you talked about where you're curling 15 kg, you stop for 2 weeks and you dare touch that 15 kg again. The kg will be laughing at you. They'll be laughing at
The KG will be laughing at you, bro. Oh my
So
God.
in this context, it would be you have found yourself in some sort of slump. There's some reason why you are unable to do the things that you previously could do, that were previously within your ability. And now you're trying to get out of that slump. Just start with as small as 5. Just today, I want to show up and do all I can excellently. Day 1.
Guys, we need.
Take it, guys.
See.
Tracking will change your life.
Oh my.
Tracking will
goodness.
change your life. Take it off 1. Nice. 1 looks good. 2. By the time you do the 3rd one, you're already getting psychological and emotional about it.
Yeah.
This feels good. Really check boxes. Nice.
Get where we go.
Guy,
Yeah.
7 p.m. you've not hit your goal for
You
3.
will. You cannot sleep.
Yeah.
You will go and do
Don't
it.
press on. No.
My perfect record.
Day 4,
Stop
perfect
playing.
record. Let's
That's what Duolingo is doing to all of you.
Yes.
You think you are learning that.
1,000 day streak.
Bro, I have people here.
Bro.
They will be on a conversation with you like 11 something. Like,
Bro, I have
yeah,
to go, man.
I have to go.
I have to go.
I need to do my do and like
Duolingo.
Yo,
Duolingo, bro.
if you can do
that's the
Duolingo
exact thing, guys.
streak.
You can change your
Some
life.
people have Snapchat streaks that they have years, bro.
Bro, you can change your life.
If you can do that, you can
That's
change
the
your
power
life.
of tricks, guys. That's the
If
power
you
of
can
tricks.
do that, you can change your life.
We hope you
guys,
found this conversation very insightful, guys.
we need to see you guys are unstoppable.
You are.
Once you
are.
understand that you are,
You
that
have
there is no problem
things
you
at your
face
disposal.
that
Power
you
at your
cannot
disposal.
figure out.
Yeah.
Stop it now.
Yeah.
Who is that thing before you?
You will melt, become a plane.
Is it Nigeria?
Yeah.
Is it fuel? Is it light?
Yeah.
Is it a legislation?
Yeah.
Is it your partners in business?
Yeah.
Is it your suppliers? Is it your
Yeah.
vendors?
Yeah.
Is it the USD NGN?
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Oh my God.
you can figure this
Yeah,
out.
you can.
And
You
we're
can.
rooting for you. And
We
as
are,
always,
guys.
thank you guys
We
for
are.
joining us and making us a part of your week.
We thank you
Please
so much,
like,
guys.
share, comment, subscribe.
Always.
We are building this community and we want to see you win. Thank you so much for making us a part of your week. Again, it means so much to us.
Yeah.
And we'll be seeing you
in the
on the
next
next
one.
one. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.